Welcome back, fellas. So what I'm going to be working on today and really the rest of this week, the main goal is we're trying to get this thing ready to go to the Woodward Dream Cruise here in Metro Detroit. It's going to be this Saturday, and with any luck, we're going to be taking this thing out there for the maiden voyage. So what we've got to get done before then is quite a lot. So I've got the windshield guy coming to install a windshield on Thursday, probably Thursday morning. So really today and tomorrow I need to get the paint work done. You can kind of see where we had stopped previously on this windshield surround. So this needs to be silver just around here. And then what we noticed once we pulled the windshield was that we didn't do a great job spray painting this blue. So the first thing I want to do is kind of backmask all of this silver and then go ahead and paint the blue today, get that all done and let that dry. And then tomorrow I can come through and then kind of cover the blue, you know, still keep this covered and then actually just spray that silver. So once that's done, then that way when the guy comes Thursday, he can pop in that windshield. And then let's see what else. In the meantime, kind of in between coats, my plan is to get the radiator put back in. So we got the brackets all painted for that, so get that popped on. Once that's installed, then I've got a few wires here. The main ones that are really important being the fans. So these two are for the fans, so I want to get those wired, which is going to be pretty simple. We'll put some grounds. Probably the ground locations we'll use is just the bottom of this bolt for the radiator. We'll probably just tie in the grounds for the headlights and then also the grounds for the fans. So that should be pretty simple. Hoping to get that done. I also had to order some more 1/2-inch wire loom because we ran out, but we'll get that all tucked up. Probably figure out, you know, how we're going to mount this, get it looking beautiful. And then there's just a few other things on the inside to kind of get cleaned up. Like we need that 1/2-inch wire loom just to kind of finish some of this stuff. Some of this here. We also need some bigger bolts. Our bolts that we had for this are now kind of stripping out, so we need to go a little bit bigger to hold that down. And what else am I missing? The other major thing is we're gonna have to fabricate this Corvette pedal. So this is a C6 Corvette pedal, and we're gonna have to kind of figure out how to make this work. So that's something we'll be working on this week as well. You really gotta love taking stuff off that you already put on, and then you're gonna have to put it back on again, right? So I had to take off the mirror and the side mirrors, and just got a lot of junk sitting here now, but now I got access so I can start painting. First I'm gonna take some foil, I think, and I'm gonna try to put some foil on the inside of this windshield here. And then we'll see. I don't know. I got a bunch of blankets over there, painting blankets. Gonna kind of drape them all over the place and try to shoot this thing real quick and get it done. This might be a pro tip for some of you fellers, but instead of using a whole bunch of tape and it just takes hours, aluminum foil. It is amazing. Just wrap it around what you need. No taping. Takes seconds. I can wrap this whole car. I'm gonna be done in 5 minutes. I'm gonna be ready to spray, throw some blankets down, some painting blankets. GTG. You can't beat this stuff, man. Go steal from your wife. Boom, we got it ready to go. I guess I'm just gonna kind of lightly scuff it. Just, where's my scuff pads? So just gonna hit it with this, scuff it up a little bit, and then I got some wax and grease remover. So I guess we'll get all fancy. We'll hit it with the wax and grease remover. So we'll do that real quick. And then boom, I'm just gonna just spray it with some blue. So with this paint, as you guys have probably seen in the other videos, we gotta hit it with some gloss blue first, and then throw on some sparkle, and then followed by some clear. So it's kind of a pain in the butt process, but let's get it done. With this here wax and grease remover, this little pint that I got, or quart I guess, I'm pretty sure I've had the same thing since high school. I mean, it's no joke. I've had this since last century. And she's still just, every time I pick it up, it seems like she's just always right about there. Just never lets me down. I don't know what kind of magic is inside here, but Duplicolor, grease and wax remover. It just seems like it just never gets empty. Good stuff. All right, so that's gonna be it for the blue color. Yeah, it doesn't really, hard to tell, hard to see it, not enough light. But anyway, that covered it, that's good enough. And I'll let this dry for a little while. Maybe I'll start to mess with the radiator in here. And then I'll come back in, I don't know, maybe a couple hours. What time is it now? It's about 6. So yeah, maybe 7, 8, I'll come back, hit it with the blue. And then a couple hours later, I'll do the final thing of clear coat. And this will be good. And then hopefully tomorrow, maybe tomorrow night, I'll get started. What's tomorrow? Tuesday. So yeah, I'd like to try to get it done, at least get most of it done. But anyway, get that all painted, and then we'll be good to go with paint. I was looking at the radiators, and I think before I bolt this thing on, I'm gonna test it, but I also think I'm gonna put a connector on. I gotta look through here to see if I got some 2-wires. I think I do, some 2-wire connectors. And that way we'll just make some nice little connectors. I don't really like these, they always seem to pull apart. So if I can make a nice OEM style connector, we're gonna do that real quick. And then get these installed. I'm gonna do it while it's on my bench here so it's easier. But let's see if this fan works. Let's see if I can do it with one hand here. Not so sure about that, but okay, yep. Ooh. Feels good too. I'll put that sucker next to my bed at night. All right. Well, let's come back in a minute and see if we can get a connector on here. So for any of you guys that have never made your own connectors before, I bought this kit off eBay last year when we were doing some other wiring, and it's just like a kit with like 2, 3, 4, and 5-wire connectors. It was super cheap, maybe 20 bucks for, you know, a whole bunch of them, right? So all you do, snip your wire, you put these little yellow things on, which eventually those will go in the back of a finished connector to keep it weatherproof like this. Once you do that, then you're going to put on, this is the female side, and then on the other side of the connector you do the male side, which I don't know, I got some somewhere, but you get the idea. Male side slides into there, easy peasy. Then you can put the this red stuff on the inside. Looks like we didn't even do it last time, but you put the red stuff in there to kind of help hold them in place too. And that's it. The hardest part is just crimping these things together and making them nice. But once you do that, you literally just slide them in and they just click into place. Slide it in, click it into place. Super easy, a little bit time consuming, but it ends up making it super nice because then you have kind of an OEM type, super easy to disconnect, you know, type of clip versus like, you know, those cheap spade connectors. And well, let me just, I can't even show you, car's covered up, but you know, we use those things too, and they just suck. You know, you always try to pull those things apart and they never come apart and they freaking rip out, even if you heat shrink them and all that kind of stuff. So these are great. Definitely use these guys. Makes your build much nicer, much less chance of a thermal incident, which you never want. So I got a couple wires I just stuck in real quick, guys. So when you're doing this again, you'll see on these clips, they do go one way. So if you try to put it the other way, you'll find that it'll just pull back out. There's a tab on the top here that kind of stops the metal from coming back out. So once you get it in there, you just push these yellow things in, and that's it, dude. And then you can put these red things on the top. They just kind of help hold the pins in place. So I'll probably do that this time. Not sure why we didn't do that on these headlight connectors, but anyway, I'll stick that on, fix that too. But so anyway, this is gonna be nice. We're gonna have our fans, just both fans will just be one connector, you know, 2 sets power and grounds, and be good to go. Sprayed the coat of the sparkly blue, and again, it's just too freaking dark. You can't tell, but anyway, one coat, good enough. It's fine, and I'll just wait another hour or so, and I'll spray some clear. Probably again, just 1 coat of clear. Maybe 2 coats. We'll see. Yeah, probably just 2 little coats, and be good to go. So I think in the meantime, now that I got the connector done on the fan, right here, looking beautiful. Kind of go something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and start assembling the brackets. These top 2 brackets have to get put on first, if I remember right. Yeah, I think these got to go on. This will kind of hold it in place, and then I can go down there and put on the bottom and then start to get that final assembled. Just went ahead, bolted on the radiator. I still have to tighten the bolts, but got the mounts. Yeah, they don't look the greatest, but hey, it holds, dude. It is so, it's not even tightened down, and this thing is so solid. And what we did was we got some like rubber washers from the hardware store. So hopefully that'll cut down on vibration, but also keeping this from blowing out all this paint. So anyway, it turned out pretty sweet. Good enough, holds it on there great. Now what we're waiting on for this, I've got the metal for the tubes, 1 3/4 inch and 1 1/2 inch, but we're still waiting on the silicone couplers, and then we also have T-bolt clamps. Those already came in too, so I can't really finish any of this till the silicone couplers come. But yeah, at least that bad boy's on there, it's awesome. I'll probably just work on the wiring next, but we are about to leave with the little ladies and go for a bike ride. All right, guys, so I just wrapped up the second coat, a clear coat on the Deathkart, so that's going to be a wrap for tonight. It's about to rain and storm, which we need it. It is freaking 90 degrees, 100% humidity. It's killing me in here. So hopefully tomorrow morning when I come out, it'll be a lot easier to work in here. Tomorrow morning I'll get this foil off, this way, that way, and do the silver. And then up front here, I can probably put on the headlights and start to do the wiring for that and the rest of the fans to get that connected on the body, and probably get this wiring right here, figure out where that's going to go. So yeah, good progress. Didn't do a whole lot. It literally took 20 minutes or something, but pretty easy stuff. So hopefully we'll keep rocking. We'll see where we get this week. All right, out here today on the Deathkart, and we're going to get this all this removed here, and then we can start to prep and paint this silver today. And then the other thing I want to try to do today is just get the headlights popped on, and maybe even do the electrical for the headlights and for the radiator. So I think that's all I can really do today. I'm still missing the flanges for the V-bands. They won't be here till Wednesday or Thursday, and same thing for the radiator lines. I'm still waiting for the silicone couplers. I don't think those will be here till Thursday. So, oh, the other thing I can do is maybe mess with the pedal. So maybe once I get done painting, I can try to get in there and carefully see what I can do for that pedal, see if I can make it work. You know what, boys? We might as well just reuse this stuff while we're here. Just gonna reuse, reduce, and recycle. Now the inside of this frame, I'm not planning on painting. So I literally am probably just even, I don't know. Maybe I don't even need to do this. I might just be draping a cloth kind of over the inside, actually, to paint it. That's probably what I'm going to do. That way we're not scratching this blue. Alright, so that's what we're going to give it a try. Let's try that. Alright, so now that that's done, we're just going to hit her up with the scuff pad. Scuff her all up. Then do the same thing we did yesterday with our old friend, Mr. Wax and Grease Remover. And then I think all we got to do is just take another one of these paint blankets, and we're just going to drape it across here. And that's going to be pretty protected. I think I can actually spray, yeah, once that's done, I can almost spray both sides, which I wasn't even planning on painting the inside because I just don't care all that much. But anyway, I think we might even do that. A little bonus. So that should be pretty easy. And then, yeah, once that's kind of dry and going, I'll get started on all this stuff. So the only thing I'm going to have to throw some tape on is I'm going to do a tape line just kind of like right here along this edge, just because I don't want to, you know, get paint on here. So when that way, when the window guy comes, windshield guy on Thursday, he can just, you know, I don't know what they do. They probably just put more of this glue on top of this glue. So I'm just going to tape here. That way we'll get a nice seam. The glass will butt up right here anyway. So as long as the paint goes kind of right to here, it's going to be perfectly fine. So I'm going to get that done, and then I'll throw some blankets down, and pretty freaking easy. I'm going to be ready to paint, so let's see what happens. All right, so we got this all draped over. Super simple, and yeah, I'm just gonna come in here, top and bottom, and we should be good to go. So the only problem with this, which sucks, is what I had to do on the rest of the car to really get the blue to get the silver to kind of pop is I've got to spray this first with primer. And nothing other than just this color. So just to kind of lighten it up. If I try to spray over the silver, it works, but it takes a ton of coats to get it to be that kind of matching silver sparkle. So hit it with this primer just to coat, just to lighten it up a little bit, and then we'll come back with the glitter, and then the clear. So one more extra step in this thing, but shouldn't be too bad. All right, so we got that knocked out. Now it's lightened up and gonna be ready for the next coat of the sparkle. While that paint's drying, I'm trying to mess with these headlights. I'm gonna get these things mounted. And one issue we had last year was these headlights just kept coming loose. So this time they're gonna get some blue Loctite. Hopefully that'll help hold them in place a little bit better. But since it's been a minute, we don't remember exactly what these wires are. So I know the black one's probably the ground. So I'm gonna go ahead and mess with my little battery right here and try to see what they all are. Check it out, we got it all figured out here. These are the running lights. If I can get them to work here. Running lights. And headlights, which are, I mean, these things are super bright, man. I got flashed like crazy. Yeah, you can't really see it, but it's mostly just the middle, looks like, on the on those. Well, running lights too, so it's kind of interesting. Wonder if I even need to run a separate wire then for the running lights. And then this is high beams. So it's basically just the whole shebang lit up. All right, so the way that we're gonna wire these up is we're not gonna have just separate running lights. We're gonna have the running lights come on with the headlights. And in this case, with our lights here, when you turn on the headlights, they automatically turn on the running lights. So we don't even have a need to have that fourth wire. So I just snip that off on both. So we're just gonna run these back, and basically the headlight wire will just tie into the one wire coming from inside the car. We'll just split it off, and same thing for the brights. And then this is just gonna be our ground, which I think all four grounds from both headlights and from both fans, what I'm thinking is I'll just kind of run all of them back into the harness, back into the loom here, and I'm just gonna bring them here, and then I think I'm just gonna run them all into one little spot right here. So they'll be kind of hidden away, tucked away, kind of tucked away nicely in the harness. Still not sure exactly how I'm gonna run this. I think something like this, and then maybe I'll do like a little 90 down, and then we're gonna have it connect on the bottom. And then same thing for this headlight. It'll be kind of living right here, and I'll run the wiring down just below the bottom. So hopefully it looks pretty clean and you can't really see it too much. Keep everything looking nice. All right, I got the headlights kind of just mocked up. They're still not completely tight, but just started to run some of the wiring. It looks like it's gonna run kind of all along the bottom here. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire up my soldering iron, and while that's warming up, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with the coat of the silver. Look at that silver. Sparkly. All right, so there's that first coat. It actually took a whole can. I mean, this stuff just shoots out sparkle and really sucks the can down. So, but it looks really good. I got one more can left, so I might do one more can of this stuff. There was like kind of a little tape line right there. It's almost gone now. Yeah, you almost can't even see it. So, you know what? I don't know. I might just call her good, because she looks pretty good. So, you know, all I really care about is this part. You're not going to see too much of the inside. You know, you're not going to notice this, but I did paint that, so hopefully it's pretty good. Hard to get to, though. But, yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. I'll think about it some more. Otherwise, if this is done, then I can wait, and then I can just do 2 coats of clear, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so slowly but surely making progress on this. So I got a couple of these stainless clamps hold this thing down, so one here, one here. This is going to end up being my ground point for the fans and for the lights. So I wanted to run the wiring back in here, but turns out this is actually a loom that doesn't, it's not split. It's not a split loom. So see, Lewis already did a good job getting this all taped, and so I don't feel like pulling it off or anything, so which is fine. So we'll end up just putting a ground here. I think I'm just going to tie them all in just into one single eyelet, and then we'll have that terminate here. That should be a good ground going right to chassis. So I've just got to finish making all the connectors and stuff. But this will all be kind of tucked. Let me kind of show you what's going to happen here. Hop underneath with me for a minute. Yeah, so right on these fans, I'm going to end up using these fan mounts. I want to keep the headlight connectors kind of like this. That way if I want to remove the headlights, we could just pop them right off. And then this little pigtail 3-wire harness will just run through here. And we'll probably put another clamp here. And then it'll run right out here. Whoops, to another clamp. And then we'll just run the little grounds right up here. So pretty clean, pretty good. So just gotta finish making like this connector on the other side, all that good stuff, and then we'll be done with we'll be done with all the wiring for now. You know, we still don't have wipers, we still don't have turn signals, but we don't need those for this weekend. But at least we'll have fans, we'll have headlights in case we need them, and we'll be good to go. All right, guys, just got the first coat of clear coat done. So wish it would stay this shiny. After it gets all dirty, it starts to dull out. But yeah, looks awesome. So we'll do one more coat, one more heavy coat, and then this will be finished. All right, you probably can't really tell compared to last time, but this is the second coat of clear, and I think I'm gonna call it good. I got both coats on pretty wet, so I think 2 coats is gonna be fine. It's real hot out here still, so it's drying pretty dang quick. So anyway, now this is done, that's great. I just gotta finish wiring up these headlights and fans. I'm getting close, but man, it is taking forever. But I had to figure out, I couldn't remember which one of these. One is my low beam, one's my high beam. And I'm gonna end up soldering on a connection to be able to split this. One to go to this headlight, and then this long wiring has to go over here to this side for this headlight. So gotta finish all that up, and then that's gonna be it for today. And then what I'm thinking is tomorrow I can mess with the pedal and try to get the pedal all put on. Pedal, what else? Pedal, then if the radiator cooler stuff comes in, I can get that going. And then also there's a radiator overflow that we're gonna have right here, which is what we used to have. So we've got to just bolt that back on, get some lines and stuff for that. And that's it, boys. We should be ready to rock. I still don't know really, once we try to start it again. I haven't logged it with HP tuners. I probably need to do that, find out there's not any additional codes or any other problems. But you know, I'd say by Thursday, if everything goes easy and we can get the pedal mounted, we should be able to get this thing off the rollers, back her outside, and probably take her up and down the driveway, and just make sure everything looks like it's running good. So, making good progress. Got all the tape off, so she's looking sweet. Windshield to get popped on Thursday, and you know, it'll butt all the way up to this channel here, so it'll look good. Just gotta finish all this boring wiring. So basically all we have coming to the front of the car is just this single loom. Got that going down there. Got her tightened. And then I also shared this bolt with the ground. So the fans and the headlights are all grounded there. I've got the loom all kind of nicely ran, just right on the underside of the fans. Just actually end up using the bolts that's holding the fans on to hold the loom. So that's all good. So let me show you the lights. Already got power on, but turn power on to the car. And then headlights. And then let's see the brights. So brights, we can just boom, boom. And then now our headlights completely turned on. So awesome. We're ready to rock in the darkness. The other cool thing I don't think I showed you guys. Oh, cool, yeah, and I forgot, yeah, we got ring lights, yeah. We already knew that, but the other cool thing I don't think I have to show you guys yet, we're waiting to install this kind of permanently until we get the windshield, but this is gonna be our gauge. So this is an Obd gauge that we picked up off Amazon. They sell it on eBay too, but literally it just plugs into the Obd port, and then it has one single little power wire that you have to run for switched ignition. And then this thing can read everything that the Obd can read. So basically it can show us everything like HP tuners would show us. So we've got tach, you know, speedometer, water temp, blah, blah, blah. It's even got a built-in shift light, so we can program all that stuff too. It'll read the diagnostic trouble codes. So instead of running 4,065 gauges all across your dash, You plug this bad boy in, you got access to everything you could possibly want. It's also configurable to like 4 or 5 different screens. You can read different information at different times and make it look cooler, different, whatever. So for $100, I think it was about $100. Pretty freaking awesome. Literally plugged it in. We're probably gonna mount it something like here. We just got to figure out kind of where exactly the windshield will be, and then we'll get that mounted. So pretty cool stuff. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for today's video. I'm going to call it a day, and I think tomorrow we'll get out here and we can mess with the pedal and try to get that all installed while the windshield is still not there to cause additional problems and heartache. So hopefully we can get that installed. So that's going to be it. I'm going to wrap this video up, put it all together for you guys, and get it out. So thanks for watching. Go ahead and click the subscribe button and click that little bell too. That thing helps out. Thanks, guys. Cheers.